Okay. We're going to open with an opening statement from Coach McHaley. We also have with us Haley Kroom, Natalie Haglin, and Samantha Bricio. Coach?
Well, absolutely, we're excited to be in the second phase of what we call a 3-week romp to the championship, I guess. This is always a special time of the year. The preseason were double days. They were hard. We were sore. They really bonded in that time. The pre-part of the conference schedule, we battled through. We did pretty good with that. Had a good conference schedule. Our conference is so absolutely amazing that we had to battle every night with every team that we played. That certainly prepared us to be tough, challenged us. We had to solve some questions and lots of opportunities for us to get better, and finally getting to the tournament last weekend and being able to win 2 matches was really special. So this week we still don't get to play free. We have finals, and we're trying to play as always. We accept that because it's been like that every year since I've been here. And if we don't have finals during regionals, we have finals during the Final Four, and I think we've been to 7 Final Fours in the last 12 years, so we know how to deal with that. And I think we're finally anxious to play. This is the most exciting time for a collegiate volleyball player to be in this event, and to play at home in the regionals is really special for us. So we hope our fans will turn out, and we certainly hope that we get A's and win.
Do we have any questions?
Mick, this year the setting duty has been split more, but then last year Haley kind of carried the load. How has that kind of changed the way you guys do things?
Well, it just changes the rhythm. 3 rotations with one setter, 3 rotations with another setter. You have to learn to manufacture energy and change rhythms, basically as to who's in there. But we have tremendous scoring talent, and to get that talent out on the floor and take advantage of it, both setters have been amazingly acceptive of the system that we're running and have really bought into it, and it's really allowed us to do a very good job. Our blocking has increased this year by a whole point plus. Our kills are only down slightly, and they continue to go up as our young kids get more and more comfortable. So every year it's a different system depending on the talent we have. We don't keep the same system. We change the system always to match our talent, and sometimes you don't know what you've got until you get it out on the floor. And so the setters have been amazingly helpful in allowing us to, I think, put our best options out on the floor right now.
And Haley, for you, having gone from that, carrying the burden, basically splitting it, how does it change? I mean, can you put more energy into it? Does it take longer to get kind of a feel of the match? I mean, what changes for you when it's a split?
Well, I think it's important Alicia and I work together as one setter, in a sense, to keep the same rhythm, like Nick was saying, on the court all the time. And by running a 6-2, I'm in there for 3 rotations, but then 3 rotations that I'm out, I can cheer for the team on the sidelines, and it actually gives me another opportunity to look at what the other team's doing and how they're blocking, and talk with Ebony and tell her like how we can score and how we can win. And in the end, I don't care what system we run, as long as we win, then I'm okay with it.
The 3 rotations that you're in there, how much, I mean, last year when we talked, when you was kind of early in your season, as the experience you got last year, how does it help you now just in terms of decision making and things like that?
Well, I'm more used to the system that we run, definitely like the footwork and just technique-wise, I guess. And I've learned a lot from last year, being in there all the time. So, yeah.
Coach, what have you seen in BYU? What's going to be the biggest challenge you guys face tomorrow night?
Well, I think they're a developing team that's getting better. They're very physical. The BYU team's I've done this a long time, so I remember when Lane Michaelis was coaching BYU, and her teams were always wonderful to play against and stressful to get ready for because you knew they would always be physical, they would always play hard. It seems like Sean has regained that part of the BYU tradition. So I think they hustle, they have a couple of good point scorers, and they play hard. And any team that plays like that is always a team that you have to respect and be ready to play.
You've only lost 11 matches all time here at the Galen Center. What's the difference for you as players as getting to play at home? I know it's finals week, that must be comforting that you don't have to travel anywhere, but what is the difference about playing at the Galen Center?
I think for us the difference is just being able to be supported by our fans and being able to be, like you said, comfortable is a really big thing for us. You know, it's always nice to be at home. It's definitely more difficult to play away, but I think that we have taken a lot of pride in fighting for our fans and fighting, you know, for each other on our home court, and we take a lot of pride in winning those games here. So.
Yes.
Yes, for coach and the players, just briefly, the surface, is that going to play a factor possibly? Having played on the hardwood and now it's tile.
These players grew up playing on sport court. They played probably 6 to 8 years on sport court in juniors all the way up. They probably think they're back home again in junior volleyball with the sport court being out there. This is not a new surface to us. It's like different volleyballs. We play with 5 different volleyballs in the conference. They all play differently, and we have 5 different kinds of volleyballs upstairs that we practice with before games. So we have to do the same thing with surfaces, and honestly, you just ignore it and you play.
Natalie, you've had quite the career here, and how does it feel I mean, you're coming to the close of this weekend and next weekend. How does it feel to be ending it here, and especially this week with the awards you've been winning recently?
I mean, it's incredible to be at home, you know, having the support of your friends and family and teammates is just a wonderful feeling, and it's really sad to see the time dwindling. I never, you know, really realized what this opportunity has really meant until now, and I'm taking a look back at it and looking at the relationships that I've made and the opportunities that I've been given. But, you know, I couldn't be more blessed to be playing this last round here at the Galen Center because I've never been able to do that. And last year we lost at Texas at their place, so I'm kind of excited to, you know, get the feeling of playing in such a big match, you know, with fans from our team, but also BYU is going to be bringing in a lot of fans too, so it's going to be a great atmosphere, and I'm really excited.
Yes.
I had a follow-up question, Coach, and players. Because of their size, might this be a battle at the net in terms of the competition right there?
Well, I think they play high, especially their block. But quite honestly, we have a lot bigger teams in the conference. I think BYU's tallest player is a 6'2", if I'm not mistaken. As long as they keep that other kid redshirted, that's a good deal for us. But we have big kids in the conference. I mean, last year UCLA had 2 6'4" left sides, and it keeps going on like that. So no, this is nothing different than we've seen. They do play well, though. That's more important than their size.
Nick, what's this team doing particularly well right now?
Well, we've made another quantum leap forward. We're really starting to gel right now. I think we understand our systems better than we've understood that all year. I think we're more comfortable with change right now. We have interchangeable parts right now. We've put in, even in the last 2 weeks, we've been putting new things in. Even for this week, we put 1 or 2 new things in. And the players are very comfortable with doing that. So right now, we're probably at the best level we've been at since we started in August. And that was our goal, to get better every week. We've done that through this tournament. We haven't settled just to try to win the match and be satisfied with that. We've tried to improve in all facets of our game. So we feel pretty confident that we're ready to be challenged. And I think, you know, that'll either be proved out positive or negatively as the matches go on, but I like where we're at right now.
How do you focus on a talented team like BYU when you potentially have a matchup against Washington or Kansas the next day?
One at a time. I mean, you cannot look past Friday. If you do, you're setting yourself up. Honestly, I've done this enough to know that, for instance, the Colorado State coach was quoted talking about us last week. Well, guess what? We never got to play Colorado State. Northridge got them. You really can't look beyond that. We play one match at a time. We know we want to play 6 matches in this postseason. We take one at a time, take that team, respect them, play as hard and as well as we can, and if we come out on top, then we go to the next one. And if you do any even talking about another team, you're remiss. Our coaching staff, yeah, we're all over it. We've got everything scouted. We're breaking everything down. But that's for us to do, not for the players. And we don't want to underestimate anybody, and we respect every team in this tournament. And our players certainly know that BYU will give us their best effort. And last thing we're going to do is look beyond those guys.
Any further questions? No? Okay. Thank you, Coach. Thank you, players. Good luck.
Thank you.
Sandy, you were awfully long-winded.
Yeah.